Hey YouTube, this is Amber with Skyway Acquisition Solutions. We're a management consulting firm that helps federal contractors. Our team is a unique blend of former contracting officers and industry folks. We bring many years and a wide variety of experience, allowing us to provide the best support to help you succeed in federal contracting. This video series is the Skyway Spotlight. Each video you will learn more about our team members and what makes Skyway so special. Let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so today I have David Geary with me, and we're going to talk about the what and the why. So the first question is, why did you decide to become a contracting officer?
Another great question. I think that it kind of found me. I didn't necessarily find it. When I was going to school, trying to do my undergrad, I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to land. So I ended up kind of coming across, contract specialist opportunity. And I honestly didn't know what it was. So I looked into it and I was like, you know what, they're using a lot of my skills that I was, educated to perform. So everything from finance to marketing to business management. So, I decided to give it a chance, and, it obviously worked out successfully because I'm here talking to you. So I guess it's one of those things that, just kind of falls into your lap. And I found out that I was, not only good at it, but I was able to kind of help bring new ideas and things to the table to help improve the processes. And so for me, that's rewarding. And being in a job where it's kind of always changing and it's always challenging, versus some of those ones where you can just go in, plug in at work and just check out at the end of the day. I think that for my personality, I think the contract specialist at 1102 was the best fit for me, and I just kind of stuck with it.
That's a great way, just you said, it just kind of fell in your lap and everything seemed to align. And I think it's so important to really enjoy what you do. So kudos there. Second question, what do you think the most important role a CO plays or a contract specialist plays?
I think it's obviously, we're being, our job is to use the taxpayers' money as wisely as possible, as efficiently as possible. With that being said, I think that there's a responsibility on the contracting officer to find a win-win as often as they can. And what I mean by that is it's not always, hey, I'm the government, I'm going to issue a contract. Good luck, we'll talk later. There's always going to be certain instances where, the contractor might have an issue, or, the government might have an issue, but your job as a contract officer, in my opinion, is to kind of be that middle person and that responsibility to kind of make sure that both sides are balanced, for lack of a better term. But I think that for me, that's what's most important to me, is trying to make sure that I have a successful contract. And by doing that, to make sure both parties are aligned and they're kind of seeing eye to eye. And if there is any issues, to address those immediately and kind of see both sides and kind of almost play kind of a mediator at some point. But I think to answer your question, I think that's a very important skill to have.
So how often are you able to get a win-win? Would you say that happens like 20% of the time or 90% of the time in your career?
That's tough. I'll say that it doesn't always happen. But for me, as being a contracting officer, that's kind of my goal. So if I have to step back and actually talk to my own government folks and say, hey, you know what, the contractor is actually right in this opinion, even though I'm government, I'm on your side. We need to look at them and see what they're going through and how to overcome these. Versus a lot of contract officers, hey, we're the government, contractor is a totally different party. But when you enter in that contract, you guys are a team, So I think that's important to kind of remember is that it is a team, and you need to try to strive for that win-win. So I would like to say I'm in probably the upper, 80, 90 percentile of win-wins. Again, you'll have those random ones where things that are outside your control happen. But again, it seems to always, work out if you do put that effort and see both sides.
Well, that's great. And I can tell that you really do care. So that's wonderful. And then the final question is, and we kind of touched on this earlier, but what do you like most about being a contracting officer, contracting specialist? We talked about the variety and the value. So if you had to choose one, what would it be?
Absolutely. And I think that, being on both sides of the fence, both the government side and the private side, I've been able to kind of see a bigger spectrum of how the whole process works in both parties. I guess from being in a contracting role, I think that the thing that I enjoy the most is that responsibility. I think that some people shy away from it, which again, it's all about your personality. But for me, I do like that responsibility and the challenge that brings. knowing that, whenever I sign my name on a contract, that there's some weight that goes with that. And then if anything happens on that, or if there's, that contract is, audited or whatever, it comes back to me and I'm the one that has to answer to that. So being with that responsibility also helps, motivate me to come up with more efficient ways to do things, more amicable ways to handle things. So that's kind of my motivator, and that's kind of why I like that responsibility.
Awesome. Well, I'd have to agree with your opening statement that this just worked out and you made a really good fit. So awesome.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time today, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Awesome. Thanks, Amber.